This is a technology RideCast. I'm Marc Farley. My guest today is my In Tech We Trust co-host, Yadin Porter de Leon.
Nice to be with you, Marc.
It's nice to have you.
Excellent pronunciation of my last name, in fact.
I've been practicing, dude, for the last minute. So the thing we want to talk about today is Tesla and Solar City.
I'm excited about this.
This week the news came out where it looks like Elon Musk wants one company to swallow the other. They want Tesla to buy Solar City.
Oh yeah, and I can see why Elon wants to do this. And you know me, I am a total stock market geek, so the first thing I'm thinking is A, are the stockholders actually going to approve this deal? And B, is he going to be able to do another secondary in addition to the secondary that he already did to raise more cash to pump into this already bleeding behemoth? And personally, first off, let me just caveat this. I love Tesla as a technology company. I love the fact that they want to create a full, complete ecosystem of power generation and transport, which is what Elon Musk's vision really is. But at the same time, I can't deny the fact that they lost $2 billion over the last 5 years. Solar City lost $1.5 billion over that same period of time.
Can we add those numbers together?
Yeah,
That's
$3.5 billion years
in red.
Yeah, in the red that they've lost over the last 5 years. So you could get really excited saying Elon Musk is this wonderful visionary, but you got to also say Elon Musk just lost $3.5 billion over the last 5 years. But a lot of tech
companies... Can we throw SpaceX in there too?
Just throw it all on top.
SpaceX in there too, how many billions has that
You know
lost?
what? That's actually a really good question. I could look that up and figure that out. But it's a lot.
Yeah,
but I do respect the vision of putting these two companies together. As a stockholder, I would be very wary of the deal. As a fan of the company and of Elon's vision, I really like this. They're creating entire solutions. When you buy a car, you don't just buy a car. You buy the car plus the solar panels plus the battery.
Car plus energy.
And car plus energy, exactly. Yeah. And I think that is truly visionary, but at the same time...
That is a better solution than just a car.
I love the whole idea of tech companies putting lots of money into solar as a large-scale power generation solution. Apple just recently did that.
This idea of companies privatizing their energy with renewables is a thing.
Yeah,
right? I just was reading something on the web this morning where like 60% or 80%, I think it's 60% of companies out there are considering doing this.
Yeah.
Right? They want to provide their own energy instead of buying it from the utility companies.
Yeah.
And that's a really big deal because one of the examples they cited was one of the largest casinos in Las Vegas, right? And of course they get their power all from the Hoover Dam, and you think, is there any place that's cheaper on earth to get power from than the Hoover Dam? And the answer is apparently so if the casino wants to stop buying it from the utility companies. So we all depend on the utility companies for a number of things, like the grid that gets us power and all of these things, and we take those things for granted. But if large consumers start moving away from buying from utility companies, what do you think the impact could be for the rest of us?
You could actually see some price spiking. If you start putting too much energy back into it, and Apple's going to be doing this, Apple's going to be selling energy back into the grid.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a rough calculation, right? Apple's going to create a lot of energy through solar. They're expecting to provide over. Yeah. So, you know, there will be spillover and they'll put that back in the grid. I don't think Apple's got a business plan for selling energy necessarily.
Yeah, it's not going to be part of their bottom line, but if, you know, I wouldn't be too surprised if one day you had to upgrade iTunes so that you could buy power from the grid. Because I hate upgrading iTunes, but if I've got to keep the lights on, I'll upgrade. That'll be the only reason I'll upgrade.
Use iTunes.
The only reason I'll use iTunes is so I can get my power.
I'm so done with iTunes.
Yeah.
Yadin, this was great. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Thanks, Marc.